Morning everyone, it's Louise here, and I'm bringing to you today a new digi-stamp, and I am hoping to have it up on the website hopefully today or tomorrow, or as soon as possible. And today's little guy I have drawn here, and I'm going to call him Fish and Chips. So this is my new little cat, and for no reason other than just to give him a name. So this guy is going to be a digi-stamp. So I printed out a couple of black and white ones. This guy is 3 inches. I like the size of him, so on the download I'll make him 3 inches. I'll ask Steve to make him 3 inches because I think it's a good size. This one's a little small, and I'll have him in red, yellow and green. So I decided I'd make up 2 cards in today's videos rather than having them made and showing you. And the first one I wanted to make is a very simple one. I used the new decal edge circles for this one. This is a great set, and I used the third largest one to cut out the edge, and then I went back to the slatted circles, and I used just the stitching from the slatted circle and put that around here. So this card I'm going to make, the reason I'm making this one is actually just to showcase to you that you can print out the digital in colour or black and white and colour it, whatever you like, and you don't have to fussy cut. So this way I printed it, and you can see that I haven't fussy cut it, obviously. So you can just cut it out in a circle. So if fussy cutting isn't your thing, or just cutting isn't your thing, this is a way around that. So the card I was going to do today is actually just to show you how simple you can do something like this. So because this is all kind of inclusive, it's got my sentiment in there, the coloring's in there, I've made it all nice. For the sample I was just going to use just the backing paper, a piece of backing paper from my stash, and simply put it in the center. So this one just shows you how absolutely simple a digital image can be to make it a straightforward card, that it doesn't have to take a long time. You just print it out and size it up yourself, or take the pre-sized ones that come with the downloads. And something as simple as this piece of background paper and your decal edge and your slatted circle, the stitching, and there's your whole card done. Like, so you can make as many as you like, and it can be in any occasion, being you absolutely made my day. So that is a sample that I'll stick together and put up to just show you how straightforward it can be to use a digital that's pre-colored, or color it yourself, or anything. So the second one I wanted to do was I was just going to cut one out to just show you also that what's going on here, the fussy cutting doesn't have to be perfect, which I know you all know, but it doesn't have to take too long either. So you can have a fussy cut image and mount them up, or you can simply just print and cut a circle. So it's just a little video today to show you the flexibility of digital images, what you can do with them, whether you just want ones that are colored if you don't like coloring. And because my images are always very hairy, like I think this makes it very easy to cut them, because you don't have to have that sort of perfect outline. You can just kind of go around the hair, and then like when it looks wonky. Wonky is fine. So it doesn't have to be the sort of perfection. So it makes them very, very easy to cut. So as you can see here, this isn't anything skilled. It's just going for them. And if you are printing a colored one, if you make a mistake, you can just print another one. You know, so that's him cut. If you don't like the edges when you cut them, you can just get your bone folder and just kind of smooth out the edges, which will give it a real die cut look. If you just kind of go down so that they don't look kind of rough or frayed or kind of lifted, it flattens them like a die cut, like a die would. So I think he's very cute. I was going to mount this one up on foam tape. I like the grey. I just coloured him in. I've done a mixture actually. So this one is all in colouring pencils. His head is kind of markers. It's just to show that you can mix and match. This one here, his top is in colouring pencils and his pants and head are markers. And the one I had there, this is markers and his head and top are colouring pencils. So I've just been mixing and matching, trying to balance out what I like. I like the colouring pencils. They're nice for things like the top here. This kind of soft pastel colour you get here isn't as easy to achieve in markers. Now this pants is markers and this one here, but it's just a different sort of look. So just trying to play around with it and see how difficult or easy it is. And as I said, these were the cheap colouring pencils I got from the range. I got a few boxes of them and they're okay. I don't have any experience with other colours, so I don't know. I did do up like a colour swatch just so that I can see what's available. The numbers are pretty hard to see. That's the only thing, like when I'm trying to actually read them. The all eyesight is starting to go along with everything else. So what I thought for this card is a lot of people have asked me about my cardstock. I buy pre-cut 6-inch squared cards. These are hammered cardstock. It's 300 GSM and I get it from Amazon. Personally, I love a cast card. Like for myself, would just put him there on his own. Like I love little characters, but you can't keep it plain all the time. So I had decided I was going, because I had the circles out, I cut a slatted circle, put in the stitched edge, and I used the new deckled edge squares. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, I was saying to you yesterday, but I'll be fine. I used the third largest one there. And again, this is a pretty simple card. I wanted to highlight this, so I got from my stash again, it's just some dotty yellow paper that is 5.5. So the card is, it says 6-inch squared when I'm ordering them, but I actually know they're 5.75. So this highlights the little dots, the little paper. I need to line it up, and I was going to put a tag on it. Where is my tag gone? I need one of those little oh, here it is, little trays like everyone has. So I went with the sentiment from me to you. Again, it frees you up to use this card for anything. From me to you can be a birthday card, it can be thinking of you, it can be anything, because it's just from me to you. So you put in your sentiment, and I thought he would look so sweet in the background, offset his yellow. top a little bit, and I like the size of this particular one because there's not a requirement to do a whole pile else on the card. I am going to mount him on foam tape, kind of bend him up a little bit, and that way he looks quite raised. So yeah, I think we can start doing that here now. Yeah, so fish and chips it is, and hopefully we will get them up on the website. And because this paper, this design paper, is actually quite light, I don't tend to use my glue on it, because the wet glue for me, I know if you do it lightly is fine, but sometimes it can just create a sort of a wrinkle effect on the paper, and I don't like that effect when it happens with my glue and my paper. Lots of people have different glue, so you know your own supplies, what they're good at and what they are not good at. So I try to go as far to the edge as possible when I'm putting on my double-sided tape as well, because it's a layer. I don't want it to peel up at any point. So I'm just going to mount it all up and see how it looks. And I'm assuming today we can't be upside down like yesterday, but the joys of live videoing, you just don't know what you're going to do wrong. And that seems straight enough, isn't it? Or is the page not straight? We will try again. How does that one look? Yeah, that looks great. Yeah. It's fine. And I am flat or not flat? I think we'll go with raised on this layer. I love the distance with the slats, the kind of the raised look with the slats. I just think it looks nice. So we'll just foam tape up this. So this makes two very easy cards. So like there's pros and cons to everything. Like the digitals are kind of you kind of know what you're doing a little bit more, and the stamping, you know, you have the option of masking and stuff like that. But if you have a design package, like I use Design Space in Cricut, you can definitely mess around with the digitals a bit more. But ultimately, they're very clean crafting, they're fun to do, and I really like digitals. I actually, to be fair, I just like it all. I think certain times you do digital, certain times you do the other stamps. And just depends what you want on the day. I've seen Cottontail in an exploding box today, which was really cool. And they had a peekaboo jelly bean in the background as well. So you can certainly mix and match both stamps and even digitals together. Like once you do your image out, it doesn't, when you cut a few of them out, it doesn't matter whether they're digital or if they are actually stamps. So it gives you a bit of versatile to do what you like with. I'd love to know if you haven't tried digitals, assuming you have the like facilities in terms of a printer, and I don't use a computer, by the way. I just use my phone. So I have a printer that's linked to my phone, so I can print directly from my phone. I work in Design Space on my phone, and literally everything I do is from my phone. So having a printer is the obviously you have to have a printer for printing a digital stamp, but other than that, you don't actually have to have a computer. So I'd love to know what the fear is of using them, or you just don't like them, and a bit of feedback on what stops you from trying them. Now I have, I'm going to punch a hole here, and I think I'm going to go with the thread. This is just a thread I got off Amazon. It doesn't have a particular name because you only buy them once in a while. And this is how I punch my holes. So I want to put it here that is going to tie from here to here. And I like to do yoga, and I've found a great use for my yoga block that my yoga instructor probably wouldn't be too impressed by. And I just pick a spot like there, and there you go, perfect little hole. See, lots of little holes, great use for the yoga block. So, and this was I don't know what that was, from another kit somewhere. So I just thought, why not use my yoga block? And I never stabbed myself then. And you get a really clean puncture because it's quite solid around it. So for all the crafters out there that did yoga, there you go, another use for your yoga block. Okay, so we are back to doing a bit of a bow, my favorite thing to do. Knot, and I'm just going to play around with it a little bit, as always, because it never sits the way I want it to. And I will trim that back in a while because I don't want it so big that it is covering my sentiment. So I will play with that a little more myself as I keep playing with it. As I tell you, I'm going to do it in a while. I'll just cut it a small bit anyway. I'll do it in a while. So I want to mount this one up. As I said, I've just kind of gently sort of given him a bit of a bend, because you don't want to fold him or anything. Just a gentle sort of soft, natural sort of decrease. And also, because I'm going to put him here, I want to put a strip of foam tape roughly up the center of this, just so that when I press him down, and don't stick it to your, just about to do that, don't stick it there because it would have stuck there by accident. And so just that when I stick him there, that I don't flatten down the slats just by pressing on him. So just a bit of foam tape up the middle, do nicely. And yeah, I think this will work out nice and cute. And it also, like, you can see with me doing this in real time, other than cutting the circle there, this is a quick card to do, you know. I'll just try and put them on relatively straight. Looking centered, straight, yeah, and see, like, he's got a nice little sort of body to him because of it. And this is why he's sticking that there, just to keep the height of the foam tape behind it. I like to use the brown thread as well. I like the texture of it. The white I love as well, but the white, like everything, you use white on some things. I don't know why we do or don't do what we do. We just know we like it, and that's enough. So I hope you like fish and chips. He just looked kind of cute to me, and I haven't done a cat since I did the Christmas one. Oh, my brain, what was his name? Yeah, and it's gone. I did. Oh my god, I can't remember. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about anyway. Yeah, he was a cute one. But that was for Christmas, and this is a little kind of a summer one. And you can see actually when you put the hole that way, I'm not tying it, so the me to you can kind of stick it up if you like, but I love things that move on cards. I think it must come from when I was a kid or something. So I think, how does that look? Oh. So yeah, that's today's card one, and oh, where did the other one go? I do need to stick this one together quickly for you, and I think fish and chips is very cute. Yeah, and I like the yellow and grey together, and the light green is cute as well. I always keep my finger just slightly like that, because if you let it slide down, the tape will stick to the top, and next thing you're trying to get it off and you pull the paper and it's all a bit of a mess. I think I kind of pulled it there a bit, typical. And I definitely craft faster for the videos, and it is making me a little bit messier. I do it in a lot more relaxed speed. Let's see, can we straighten that out? I think we can. And you could put a tag on this as well. Just even have to put the tag on before I stick it down anyway. But again, by using that little punchy hole, it's a very easy way to do it. Yeah, that's okay. So I think actually looking at that one, like a tag might really be nice. Tangling here, or, well, because I haven't done another layer, it would have to be around. No, I think I'll stick with my original plan of just showing how just something as simple as a cutout can work really well, very fast, very effective, so that if you need a card in a hurry, you can do it, or also you can, the me to you sentiment for me works really well, because as I said earlier, you can literally use it for anything. So if you have a few of them done up in your stash, or even if you have them just printed, they can work all year round. And obviously you can put your own sentiments on it, any sentiment you want really. And I'm loving the decal edge circles and squares and everything. I had some before myself, but they weren't as nice as this. The pattern is really, really good for this. It just works well. The line of it works well, like so. Yeah, you can just not cut them. Even like cutting, for me, I don't find it difficult, but not everyone finds it easy. I definitely know for a fact I've got better at it because I just do it a lot now. And sometimes, you know, if you're not making a card, you can print out your digitals or stamp up your stamps and color, and then just do cutting. Like, you don't have to use them there and then. Like, I have a whole pile here of like the cottontail stamps here, so I have them in different colors. I had a yellow one there I was doing. I have a few, you know, I just have a stash of them, so that when you are doing a card, sometimes doing a card takes time, and if you have a stash of colored up little guys ready to go, that can just really speed things up for you. So let's move him up here. I think he's okay. Just make sure he is centered. And there we go. So that's two very, very fast cards that are quite different, even though it's the same image. And yeah, I hope you like them. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully he will be up on the website soon. Thanks. Bye.